The food was piling up faster than dead Iraqi civilians. It was time to start moving it out. All I needed was someone to get our aid packages to Iraq. And I knew just the guy.
Sajjad Ali weighed only 3 3/4 pounds. He was supposed to weigh 11 pounds at this time in his life.
Because of the dysentery.
Because the baby got sick from drinking formula mixed with the contaminated water. And we don't distinguish between this little boy and Saddam Hussein. You know, by reading the papers and watching the television, you would think there was either one person in Iraq or 22 million people named Saddam.
Right. Chris Dussault works to defy UN sanctions by bringing aid to the people of Iraq. If anyone can get my aid packages through, it was this guy. Can you get this in there?
Well, it's very illegal, but I can bring it in.
Okay, you'll bring it in? How do you do this? How do you do it if it's not right?
No, I didn't say it wasn't right. I said it wasn't legal. Our government tells us that by doing this without their permission, feeding the hungry without their permission, they can send us to prison for 12 years or give us a $500,000 fine.
Are you worried at all about getting in trouble with the law here? Or?
I'm more worried. I'm a Catholic. I'm more worried about getting in trouble with God for not doing it.
There's a little damage there. Watch that. Thanks. Good luck. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, we've made it to Iraq with the Awful Truth Oil for Food food package, and we'll be beginning our journey to Baghdad from here to try and deliver this.
Chris really hit the ground running in Iraq. Our aid packages were getting to people everywhere. Basra, Baghdad, and all points in between. And everywhere our aid packages went, the Iraqi people welcomed them with open arms and open mouths. My program was looking like a success. And now at least a few kids in Iraq wouldn't be going without food. And of course, just like kids everywhere, they went straight for the good stuff. And as for Saddam gas, well, as long as the average American's love of a bargain continues to be greater than who the media and the president tell them to hate, we'll always be open for business. Except for a few minutes, 4 or 5 times a day. Probably one of Jack Welch's biggest accomplishments at GE was the largest deposits ever of PCBs in the Hudson River, about 197 miles north of the city here, up in Hudson Falls, New York, at a GE plant there. All of this PCB was dumped into the river. Now the EPA says that it makes it very dangerous and you shouldn't eat the fish, but Jack Welch says that those fishies are okay to eat, and you know, that man's word is good enough with me, and that's why tonight here on the show I decided to have a Hudson River fish fry in honor of Jack's retirement. Who needs one here? There you go. Sir, dig in. Enjoying that Hudson River fish? We have an ambulance standing by. You'll be okay. You know, there's an upside with all those chemicals in there. It kind of gets rid of that fishy taste. Now I'm here with Charlie Kokonos, and Charlie, you worked at GE for about 30 years, right?
Right.
And now, how old are you now?
83.
83. So you must have a pretty good pension from GE. What are you making each month?
Absolutely. $566 a month.
$566 a week?
A month.
A month? Now I read that Jack Welch, his pension when he retires is going to be $8 million a year.
He's getting a lot more than that right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually, he's going to go way down from 94 million to just 8 million. You kind of feel sorry for him, don't you? Right. What kind of guy you are, Charlie? So, Charlie, keep frying these fish here, okay?
Yes, I will.
You do a good job for us tonight, and
Best I can.
We'll help you pay your light bill next month, all right?
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Who wants fish and chips? Fish and chips for the people. Hudson River fish. If I say the words American soldier, what comes to mind?
Bravery, courage,
Skin rashes,
skin rashes, not so much.
hacking, wheezing.
You know, that didn't, but maybe I don't know enough about it. I may be missing something there. Okay.
You might be. And our correspondent, Jay Martell,
Yeah.
he's going to explain it to you.
Okay.
Watch this.
In 1990, the U.S. government came to the men and women of our armed forces with a great deal. Kick Saddam Hussein's ass, and we'll pay you money to do it. Sure, you may have to kill a few hundred Iraqi soldiers and civilians while you're at it, but when you get home, we'll give you a big parade. What a deal. But then, these men and women come back from the Gulf War, and according to the government, they do nothing but complain.
I have memory loss. It's phenomenal. I can have you ask me a question right now and be in the middle of a conversation and forget what we're even talking about.
Over 100,000 of them say they got a bunch of illnesses from being in the Gulf War, which they call Gulf War syndrome.
My spinal cord's all screwed up, my back's screwed up, my kidney's screwed up, my bladder's screwed up, I got a bleeding brain.
But the U.S. government has refused to pay any of their medical bills, claiming that the Gulf War had nothing to do with their getting sick. And we all know that the U.S. government never lies, right?
Extreme headaches, nausea. I have sore throat. I have sinus infection that never goes away.
Instead, the government has created a new office to deal with Gulf War illness, headed by Bernard Rosker, the guy sleeping on the left. Rosker's department has spent 2 years and $50 million finding bold new ways to ignore the problem. You'd think those whining veterans would be impressed by such an expensive public relations display. But no, they still won't shut up. Fabian Moody is one of those vets who has really gone all out to convince the government that he's sick. Not only has he lost huge amounts of weight and several jobs, he and his wife recently had to declare bankruptcy and sell their house. But the government still isn't impressed.
I got poisoned somehow, and all I want them to do is help us and do what they can. I know they're probably not going to make us better, but give us